Wild spot up here. My plan today is to go to the Sunbird Mine, but I think I'm here a little early and I just saw some wild turkeys. There are some wild turkeys. And it looks like there are some babies too, so very cute. I'm not gonna get too much in their space. But yeah, 3 babies and two adults right there. This is right by the parking area for the trailhead, and I gotta say, a really beautiful morning. Real nice, you know? So yeah, my plan is go up along the ridge, jog along the reservoir, and then go to the Sunbird Mine, check that out, and then return kind of back along that fire road to the mine and check out the water holes along the creek. All right, 3 miles to Gibraltar Dam. I was trying to save time with this side trail, but it's really overgrown. I don't know if you can even see the trail. Oh, well, there it is. So yeah, I kind of wish I brought my machete here. But anyways, yeah, it looks like it's better further up. I'm back at the fire road. I came out right about there. Might not be obvious where the trail is, but yeah, anyways, I think I saved a little bit of distance, but probably not much in terms of time. Anyways, yeah, gonna jog down here, and hopefully by the time I get to the reservoir and the mine, this marine layer dissipates. We'll see. Right over there, that's Gibraltar Dam and the reservoir. And yeah, the plan is to kind of go down and around that way. We have another pair or flock, I guess. I don't know what they're called. There's a term for wild turkeys, and I don't know, it looks like there's a male, either a male, something like that, or a few juveniles, but those could be females too, I don't know. I'm gonna get a little closer though. Yeah. So they're taking off, but yeah. You also get deer. So I saw the wild turkeys, but I turn around and sure enough, there are 2 deer. Yeah, so right back there, kind of where I saw the turkeys, is where I think the manager, or the land manager, or whatever, for the Gibraltar Dam lives, and the deer just right over there. So the turkeys, they can kind of be fun to chase around a little bit, you know, not like, you know, crazy, like, you know, but just to try to get close to. Same with the deer, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to do the turkeys, but I didn't really want to encroach on the private property too much. To get up to Camino Cielo, you keep going up that way, but this is the way you take to get to the mine, you know. Could be a little overgrown, but we'll see shortly. This is the Gibraltar Reservoir, you know, very beautiful area. And yeah, it looks like it's kind of high right now, not crazy high. It must have been really wild early 2023 and early 2024, but I think it's higher than it was last time I was here. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head down, and hopefully these clouds dissipate a little more soon. It looks like they're starting to, but we'll see what happens. This huge rock here did not always used to be here, so pretty sure this fell in the 2023 winter season, just given all the rains we had here. And yeah, let's get a view from this side. Yeah, so you wouldn't really want to be here during a catastrophic storm for obvious reasons. Getting smashed by this is one of them. Not too sure about what this is, but sort of looks like some foundations maybe for an old road, perhaps. Some sort of bridge, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, water does flow here, but I don't see any right now. Anyways, the reservoir should be pretty close. Yeah, real nice. Got a few photos here just now, and I gotta say, you know, definitely one of my favorite spots, I'd say, in the Los Padres, this general area. But yeah, anyways, back to the fire road and further up. I've been taking it slow, kind of hoping this would dissipate more. And sure enough, it looks like it's getting there. But yeah, here's a nice little section of the reservoir. I always think this is kind of a beautiful spot. I get a photo or two here. It's wild how this is right by Santa Barbara, but it doesn't really remind me of Santa Barbara at all. Yeah, Anyways, beautiful area, and we're gonna get some even better views, but thought it was nice to show you all this. Yeah, this is a pretty nice view. You can really see up what I think is Camusa Canyon up there. So yeah, I love Gibraltar Reservoir, especially this time of year before they really drain it and the water evaporates. Probably a combination of the two. Just really quite a magical area. This is the Sunbird Quicksilver Mine, or Mercury Mine, and that right there is the structure I'm gonna explore today, you know. It's pretty cool, I've been in it before, but we're just gonna see how it is. Really beautiful mine too, because it's overlooking this Gibraltar Reservoir, and you may be worried about mercury contamination perhaps, which is a concern. From what I recall, mercury is pretty insoluble. But yeah, let's go take a look here real quick. This is actually the adit section. So anyways, yeah, this is the adit for the Sunbird Mine, and I'm not gonna be going in this. I think it's all barred off here, but you know, and it's a protected bat habitat too. So anyways, yeah, you can kind of see how it is. Looks like it's kind of caved in a little more that way. What I do want to let you know about though is there is another entrance. So it's a little too sketch for me to want to do without like some sort of secure rope or something. But you can see right here, you know, there's a kind of a portal, and then someone at some point tied down, I don't know if that's rope or cord or what that is, but what I suspect is something to help them get down in there. But yeah, anyways, we're not gonna try climbing down that way without any security. I think the thought is I'll go here, poke around a little bit, and then maybe descend down a little further. This view of the reservoir is just so nice right now when you have the Mono.Jungle down here. It really does feel like a jungle when you really get in there. I might actually, yeah, I think I'll go down. There's a nice little fire hose type thing which you can hold on to get down there. And I'll show you why they call it the Mono.Jungle. Very beautiful area. First we have these little ore carts here, you know, on this railing, and there are some neat artifacts here. So this is also, I think, some sort of serpentinized peridotite sample. And yeah, really neat. You know, you also have this, I don't know, some sort of like weird tractor compressor-y thing. Maybe a compressor. That looks like perhaps a compressor, I don't know. You do have this tank, which I think is for some kind of compressed air, but yeah, suction discharge. But pretty neat and all in all. I'm gonna make my way down and around to the actual, you know, the mill, but thought I'd show you all these real quick. All right. Pretty cool spot, you know. This is where I think they processed a lot of the ore, and you can see a bunch of little compressed air containers, I think, and then this kiln-like thing here. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't go that far back. I do actually have a light. Let me get that out. Yeah, this will help us see how far back it really goes. And wow, all right, definitely further than what I thought. Let me get a picture of this real quick, actually. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Anyways, let me take the light, get that put away. Yeah, so a lot going on here at this big tube. You know, more interesting things. I think this was, I don't know the exact date of all of this stuff, but I think this was actually active in the 70s. I remember seeing like an old thesis at UCSB, a master's thesis, and you know, I remember learning about the ore. So you get this cinnabar ore, and it apparently replaces some of the dolomite in there along this fault, I think, where you have some of the ultramafic rock against some of the sediments. I guess a lot of interesting stuff goes on there. But yeah, anyways, I have crawled around under here before. Not sure if I'm gonna do that now. What I may do is head to the ladder briefly. You do want to be really careful. I don't suggest coming here. Definitely dangerous. But yeah, you know, it's a neat area. You know, that being said, yeah, here's, I guess, the staircase or ladder. So I'll do a little traverse up this real quick, I think, and show you all the second story. Up on the second story here, and yeah, I'm gonna do this kind of carefully, you know. You don't wanna have one of these boards up here snap. So nice and slow, you know, gonna maybe turn this off and focus on looking forward. Yeah, so definitely advise against any of this. I don't do this too often, but yeah, I'm trying to place my feet most optimally, you know, near where there are several boards, I guess, you know, not a bad idea. And testing the ground too, you know, I think you'd probably be fine just walking around quickly, but not really advised. Yeah, anyways, very cool perspective from down there, and I might try to make my way not on this board, but I don't know, maybe up and around here, and I do want to check that out. Yeah, so this is all pretty neat. I don't know what all these tubes are, probably for some sort of compressed gas, but definitely a wild spot up here, you know, very cool. It's always kind of cool to go on that upper floor, but that being said, this is definitely an unstable, dangerous area, I would say, so not suggested. There's a really nice view here, though. Try to get a video of this without my face in it. Yeah, so imagine like working here, you know, processing the ore, then having this beautiful view of the reservoir out here. I don't know, I'm jealous of these miners sometimes. Here's one of the vehicles, you know, definitely not something you could drive at the moment, but yeah, still pretty cool. We'll check out that one in a second. Yeah, so GMC, no real lights left, I guess, and kind of a dump truck. So let's go look up and see what's here. I'm gonna set a few things down there real quick while I'm at it. But yeah, all right. So yeah, not much in here. Sorry about the fingers. But yeah, so there you are. We're in the dump truck. Nice spot. There's the mill. And anyways, I'm gonna get a few photos and then maybe go check out that vehicle. This is the second vehicle, I guess. And I remember seeing the Sunbird logo on this, so I think it was this one. Maybe it was another one. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, there we go. Okay. I just didn't see it. Yeah, Sunbird Mines, LDT, Quicksilver mining. Yeah, so that's another term for Mercury, I guess. But yeah, really neat. There do seem to be a few bullet holes here. And yeah, it looks like you got an old speedometer, no steering wheel on this one. But pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, let's head out and around. I'm gonna go down there real quick, I think. That should be fun. That was really nice. You know, I always like to check that area out, and I'm happy since I missed it in 2024. I got to go out in 2025. But yeah, now what we're gonna do is kind of head down into the Mono.Jungle. I might try to make my way out to the reservoir, but I think it may get a little too swampy for my taste. You know, one of the things that can happen in the Mono.Jungle, especially when there's a lot of water, which I assume there will be, is you get this quicksand stuff, and I don't really want to lose my shoes here, you know. Hose-like thing someone tied around here as like a rope. I think you can maybe keep going that way, but I may just do that real quick, actually. It kind of looks just like annoying to bushwhack through that. So I did try that route. There's a lot of poison oak, and eventually it just becomes really overgrown with chaparral-like plants. So I think my best bet without a machete is just going down here. Wow, okay. Some pretty crazy animal bones. Looks like a pelvis. And I don't know, some sort of vertebrae. But yeah, anyways, I think that there's kind of a nice little clearing area just right over here. So yeah, we'll see. I know that kind of right around there where I climbed down, it was very, very thick and dense, but I do remember actually going here at one point and it being rather nice. So we'll find out shortly what it's like. This is the Mono.Jungle. At least I think it is, you know. So yeah, this section is actually quite clear, but it does get pretty thick. So I'm just gonna hike down this way a little ways. But yeah, the reason I think it's called Mono.Jungle is when you take a 4-bush canyon, a 4-bush trail down, and then wrap around to Mono Campground, you have a section of like really dense trees, like all of these, you know, that connect to each other. And those are referred to as the Mono.Jungle. And I would say these are, what I'm in now, are less jungly trees, but you do get some sections that are very, very jungly around here. All right, not sure if I'm actually gonna be going very far, but yeah, the river does kind of come down, get pretty close to the canyon walls. But yeah, this is either the river or part of Gibraltar Reservoir. I think this would constitute as the Santa Ynez River. But yeah, you know, it's a beautiful area, and one of these days I'll come back and do a Mono.Jungle trip. Just so you're aware, if you do try to access the jungle, you do want to make sure you're cognizant of where you are. You know, I think an issue here can be, I mean, it'll be easy to know that you're in the canyon, but like where to actually come up, if you get confused, it can be tricky. So I know sort of where I came out from, just pretty close to here actually. But yeah, you don't want to just wander, and if you do wander, try to stay to one of the sides of the canyon looking for a trail. So yeah, that was nice, you know. So yeah, onto the water holes along the Santa Ynez River. My hope is that, you know, we'll get some good footage here and there. I know some of the ones a little upstream from Red Rock tend to be a little more secluded, but it is a, you know, Sunday morning / afternoon, depending on when I get there. Probably morning. So, you know, they may be busy, but yeah, I'll get what I can get. We'll see what happens. Yeah, these are beautiful butterflies, and normally they don't let me get this close, so pretty nice. Got a few photographs, and he hopped to a different flower. There was another one flying around, but yeah, I feel like my capacity to get close to them is maybe more or less seasonal. I don't know why, but it seems to be the case. But yeah, anyways, this one's enjoying some nectar. There are these butterflies. Maybe it will. Yeah, there we go. All right, butterfly, moth, something like it. Very cute and pretty cool. I think the footage is actually turning out decent too. So yeah, pretty nice. That's better. Very good footage. Flew away from me the first time, but now he's just chilling there in focus. So lots of different butterflies around now. It's definitely that kind of season, late spring. Very cool. There we go. This is the other butterfly species I saw, and very happy about this. I'm gonna try to get a few photos before he fly. Oh, nope, flew away. We'll see if I get some pictures. So yeah, a lot of butterflies here. I got some photos of a few of them and some videos of others. And yeah, I'm just seeing different kinds all over the place, you know, just as I'm walking now even. There's another one, you know, so some of my ability to film these really depends on kind of where I'm at, how long it takes me to get out my camera, and how long the butterflies will stay still for. But yeah, so I am having good luck on multiple fronts here, and I'm really just in awe of the beauty. To be honest, I think there are really just too many of these butterflies to film them all. Sometimes they're just right on the trail like this, not very afraid, and yeah, you'll get some nice footage. I may try to get a few photos too, but there are just so many of them here. So right now I'm below the Gibraltar Dam, about to cross the Santa Ynez River on the trail. And from what I remember last time, this trail was pretty washed out in certain parts, kind of hard to follow. That was November 2023. But I did run into a few backpackers on my way out, then on my way back again. And yeah, they seemed to say that they took this route up and it wasn't too bad, aside from a few crossings. So yeah, we'll see. At present, I'm not really sure where the trail is, but there are these little sack rocks, so I think that helps. So we got some sort of variety of Mariposa lily here. Nice to see. I think this is my first Mariposa lily of the season, although I did see a few kind of driving near Piru Creek, and I know they're out and about. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of different varieties, and this is a very beautiful flower. And yeah, I'm right on the trail. Right now I'm approaching one of the first big water holes that's really pretty consistent, I'd say. I've never seen it dry up. But you know, coming back from Gibraltar Reservoir along the Santa Ynez River, so should be there pretty soon. I see it right now, actually. Here's the water hole I was talking about, and I think I'm gonna swim right out to that rock real quick and get a few photos. I have this waterproof case thing, so it should be pretty easy. Ooh. Nice and chilly. Well, to be honest, not too chilly. Really comfortable temperature, I'd say. Yeah, that's just really beautiful. So I remember doing something up with climbing up there a bit with a few friends a while ago. Not gonna do that now, but I may just sort of swim around here for a bit. Yeah, this is pretty nice. So swimming with the phone in this, I kind of wish I brought my actual underwater case, which I do have in my stuff, but I don't know. I'm just lazy about putting that sort of thing on. But yeah, this is definitely deep enough to swim. Can't touch the bottom in most places. But yeah, anyways, I think yeah, definitely something I like to enjoy when I'm here. But I think there's like one or two more I might stop by. So yeah, I'm about ready to get going. I hope y'all enjoy this. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm a little tired this time. So I have seen crayfish here in this pool and throughout the Santa Ynez River. Not seeing any now, but what I do see is a little trout right there. So there is trout fishing here. I know there are also bass. Oh, there are a few trout, I guess. You know, there are also bass and carp in here and stuff. So yeah, anyways, I might check out that pool up there real quick. Yeah, so you have a few little fish right there. I'll try to zoom in real quick. Yeah, so perhaps you can see those and maybe tell me what they are. Okay, that big thing there, I think that's a carp. The other ones, I don't know, that might be something else, but there's a big fish that, you know, is coming my way. You know, yeah, there it is. That's definitely a carp. So the Santa Ynez River has a bunch of carp in it, you know, kind of like Piru Creek. And I remember when the water's been really high, the carp have really swam by me a bunch. Here we have what I think is a big tadpole. Could even be a bullfrog tadpole. I've been hearing bullfrogs, but may have been introduced semi-recently. Here's that tadpole, not too hard to catch. I worry it might be sick though with all that white stuff. Don't really know what that is. I don't usually see that. But yeah, let's put him back there. Very slow. And I don't know, that's just not, yeah, very, very slow for one of these guys. This is that second big reliable water hole, you know, in this section of the Santa Ynez River. Ah, yeah, it's a ritual. Alrighty, let's go to the other side real quick. I think I kind of see the issue. You know, there's this little, I don't know if you can see it really. Maybe this little slit right here in it. So it may not be doing a good job at preventing all the water from coming in. But anyways, yeah, so this is a nice water hole, very beautiful area, nice pristine canyon wall here. And yeah, might just get some footage of this whole area and then go back, set this down, and swim a little more on my own. Yeah, this whole area is just really, really nice, especially with these big secluded water holes, you know. It's hard to beat. That was phenomenal. You know, I really do need to work more swimming into my routines. So there are a lot of the big invasive bullfrog tadpoles here, you know, and I don't know if this is a recent thing. Oh, wait, also, all right, there's a crawdad. All right, we're gonna catch that crawdad. I think I can do it. Yeah, all right. There we go, hands full, but still able to catch one of the crawdads here. So in addition to the bullfrog tadpoles, you know, might be hard to see now, but you do get crawdads here in the Santa Ynez River. We're gonna let him go right here, you know, where I didn't knocking everything up. So hopefully he'll swim away in a second. It's always neat to see. All right, there we go. Yeah, quick little guys. This is Red Rock. A lot of people enjoying the water now. Yeah, real nice spot. I think I had my share of nice pools today, so I'm gonna keep heading back to my car. But anyways, yeah, beautiful area. If you haven't seen this or don't know about this, I'd look at Lopez Explora's recent videos here. Very nice stuff. But yeah, I think this was a good trip.